Good afternoon, Hopkins Community Church. It's Thursday, May 20, and it's been a little while since we've done any video updates, but I'm coming to you with one today, just to kind of let you know what's coming up this summer. We have a couple of things that we're going to be looking at, and it's just some exciting times, so I wanted to update you on some of that stuff. So the first thing, and I'm super excited about this, is that this summer, we're going to go back outside. It's summer, and we're going to call it Church on the Lawn. And it's summer. It's beautiful out. It's nice, and we're going to do it a little bit differently this year. We're going outside not because we have to, not because we're at the beginning of a pandemic or anything like that. This year, we're going to go outside because we want to. We have a beautiful front lawn. We have a beautiful weather most of the time, and it's just a really awesome opportunity for us to change this into this. Just a really a great opportunity, a missional opportunity, if you will, for us to move outside of the four walls of the church, to enjoy the creation around us and enjoy the property that we have, and even an opportunity for us to be invitational, an opportunity for us to advertise to the places around. We have lots of campgrounds. There's 5, 6, 7, 8 that I can think of, including places like Sandy Pines, where we can invite people. Hey, why don't you come out and join us in the front lawn, join us outside, in an open air setting, where people don't have to necessarily go through all of the sort of walking inside, going into a building sort of things that can be really a barrier for us. It's also an opportunity for us to be invitational to our neighbors. Like, hey, come out, join us on our front lawn. We're gonna do church outside, and you can kind of check us out in a I would say I want to say a less threatening setting, but an opportunity for people to get a feel for who we are as a church, even meet some people outside in a setting that for many people I think would be a little bit more comfortable and a little bit less intimidating. And really, this is about, like I said before, it's a missional move. It's about us loving our neighbors and loving our family. We can invite people from the community and invite them to come out in this sort of an environment. But also, for those of you who call this church home, but have been hesitant to come back because we've been through a pandemic, and we've been told time and time again, being inside is not necessarily a good thing, and being in close proximity to people is not necessarily a good thing, and so on and so forth. And so I can understand that coming back inside and masks and this and that and everything else could be a little overwhelming. Could even be anxiety producing. And so part of this is also about loving our family well and saying, why don't we can go outside. One of my biggest fears was going back inside in September. We would get really comfortable really fast, and we would kind of move back towards what had been the norm, and that's what happened. That's what it's true, and I don't think that that's necessarily wrong. Like, we enjoy our facility, we enjoy our worship space and stuff like that. But for a lot of people, that doing that all at once can be really overwhelming, especially after a year of not doing that. So I speak to us as a church as a whole, because we're all the body of Christ here. We're part of the community of faith here. And I say, I think we're willing to be maybe a little uncomfortable coming out in the church, doing church on the lawn, for the sake of inviting our neighbors and friends that don't come to church. Maybe they would be more apt to join us on a Sunday morning, and also to invite those of you who have been kind of staying away from the indoors to say, come on out. We'll be outside. It'll be in the open air. We have some ideas about possibly getting some tents and things like that, but we're going to try it for a couple of weeks and see if it works. But we would love to welcome everyone to worship on the lawn as we just enjoy this summer. So my hope is that we're going to do this from Memorial Day to Labor Day, but we're going to give it a sort of trial run over the next couple of weeks. And we're going to just we want to make sure that this is a good thing, that it works. Obviously, if it rains, we'll come back inside because we can. There's a lot of what ifs. There were a lot of what ifs last year, and it worked out really good. And so I want to extend an invitation to you, whether you've been regularly inside or whether you've been regularly online, or whether you haven't been regular at all and you just happen upon this video. Join us 9:30 for Church on the Lawn, and we're going to enjoy summer outdoors together. So there'll be some details if you're on a ministry team and part of Sunday mornings, like greeting and all that stuff. We're still kind of coordinating some of the finer points of this, but join us, Church on the Lawn, 9:30 on Sunday. So same time, same place, just outside. We're going to be looking at the other side of the front of the church and enjoying that time together. So a couple of other things. This is little other details of things that are going on this summer. As I said in church on Sunday, we are in the interview process for a youth and families pastor. And so that is happening, and we're continuing down that process. And so we will likely have some district meetings, so smaller church meetings in June sometime. Those dates are yet to be determined, but our goal, our hope is that Lord willing, we identify a candidate that we really think God is calling here, and then we want to give you, the congregation, the opportunity with the search team and the consistory are unanimous in our agreement about this person, that we give you, the congregation, an opportunity to interact with them as well before we issue a call to them to come out. So I think that's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that we are able to move down that road too. The other thing that is really exciting about this summer, and that I'm super stoked about, is the 4th of July. And I know I mentioned this on Sunday, but I want to mention it again because I think it's just probably one of the greatest, coolest opportunities that we have. So every 4th of July in Hopkins, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, every 4th of July in Hopkins, there's a community breakfast that the village council puts on. And there is a community worship service. And various groups have done that throughout the years, but just due to the way that things have happened and unfolded over the last year, they don't have anybody, and so they have asked Hopkins Community Church as the community church to host that community worship service. And so while we're doing Church on the Lawn the rest of the summer, on the 4th of July, which is a Sunday morning, by the way, we are going to do church in the park, and we're gonna ship everything down there. And we're gonna host our worship service and a community worship service on the 4th downtown in the park while the community breakfast is going on. So it's like a double bonus. You get to come and have breakfast for free, and we can worship our Lord together on Independence Day, the day we celebrate our freedom and stuff too, and we can share Jesus with this community, and just a really, really awesome opportunity. So you're going to hear more about that coming up in the next couple of weeks, because there's going to be need for help that day. Our goal, my goal, I guess, I think our goal as a church is that we're going to do the community worship service in the morning, but we're also going to have a presence in the parade in the afternoon. So we're going to be very involved in this big, in the massive 4th of July community event, which I think is going to be a really big event, because we are doing our 4th of July stuff on the 4th, which is a Sunday, but I am pretty sure that other towns in the area are doing their 4th of July stuff on the 3rd, which is a Saturday. And so we may have an even greater opportunity to share the message of the gospel with people that we don't usually come in contact with, and to boldly bring the good news of Jesus Christ to every household in the greater Hopkins community. So, and to connect people to Christ. I mean, this is an opportunity for us to live into our mission and our vision in a new and exciting way. So, super excited about that. And I hope that you can be around for that. It's going to be super, super fun. And I hope that as we are able to put out some needs, that you'll be able to participate in this. This is going to be a church-wide event. So stay tuned. More on that coming up. And I'm just really excited for that. So the other thing, less exciting. So if you're really excited right now and you don't want to get unexcited, this is the point to stop the video and not worry about it. However, there are other aspects to who we are as a church, and one of those aspects is our denomination. And we are in the Reformed Church in America, and the Reformed Church in America is a denomination that is in turmoil right now, largely because of a series of conflicts that have arisen over the last, probably a couple of decades, really, that all kind of coalesce around the way that we view and interpret the Bible, which has been symptomatic in how we think about things like women in ministry, how we think about infant baptism, how we think about, in particular now, human sexuality, and so there's a lot of things going on right now, as the RCA is pretty much, for lack of better terminology, splintering. And a new denomination is arising out of this called the Alliance of Reformed Churches. And you can visit their website if you want to know more about that. It's arc21, arc21.org, I think, or .com. I'm not sure. But it's called the Alliance of Reformed Churches. And you can check that out. The RCA is having a general synod, a national gathering, hopefully in October, if they don't cancel it again. They canceled it last summer, and they canceled it this summer because of pandemic concerns. So they're hoping to do one in October, but that's going to be a really telling moment. So all this to say, this is a lot of kind of not exciting information after a bunch of talk about missional stuff. All that to say, in the next month or so, you're going to see a survey that comes out. It's going to come out with some information about where the Reformed Church is at and what's been going on. And it's going to ask 6 short questions about where you're at with this. Because as elders and as a consistory, we want to get a sense for where we are as a church. Because at some point in time, we are going to be faced with a decision. Do we stay in the Reformed Church in America, understanding whatever stance that the RCA is going to be taking, or do we look at, again, we set up a statement of faith for this. We look at our statement of faith and we say, this is what we believe, and we look at whatever the RCA or the ARC or the EPC or there's so many different denominations that say this where we're at doesn't jive, and so we need to address that. So again, more on that. I know this is less exciting. It's kind of a rough way to end a video, an update video like that, but I want you to know that this is kind of it's an important part of who we are. And while it's peripheral to our mission and it's peripheral to our vision, it is an element of reality that we are as a church going to have to face. So I mostly bring that to you by way of information, and there will be more information and a survey coming out about that probably in the next month or two. So in any case, God's on the move, and we're not going to let peripheral stuff like that stop the missional kingdom work that he is doing. So join us for Church on the Lawn starting Memorial Day weekend. So not this weekend. This weekend is Youth Sunday. The Hop Kids are singing. We're going to celebrate what God has been doing in the youth ministries that we have had going this year. And then next Sunday, I believe it is May 30th or 31st, one of the two. I think May 30th, we are going to be out on the front lawn. and that'll look a little bit different, and it's going to be awesome. So come out, bring your family. Hey, if you're thinking like my wife is thinking, Bethany thought this thing. She said, well, what am I going to do with the kids? Bring a soccer ball, bring a Frisbee. You know what? We're going to be out on the lawn. Let's have some fun with it and enjoy our time together. If your kids run around a little bit, they run around a little bit. They're kids. I get it. Like, if anybody gets it, believe me, I get it. So, let's just enjoy our time together and be outside and be together and worship God and his creation. So he's on the move. He's doing great things. It's exciting. Looking forward to seeing you Sunday and then on the lawn a week from Sunday. Have a blessed rest of your week.